We're in session and clause number 328560. The case is style of State of Texas versus Brent Allen Landry. We have Mr. Landry here. How you doing, Mr. Landry?
Fine, sir.
That's good. Mr. Landry, you're here with your attorney, Attorney Jesse Brennan. How you doing, Attorney Brennan?
Fine, sir. Thank you.
That's good. Mr. Branning, you had a motion.
Well, Your Honor, I've been speaking with Mr. Shearer earlier today. My client has severe cancer and they had to remove his jaw.
Oh, okay.
He also has a feeding tube. His medical condition, I think, is doing well today.
Is that, I mean, he's having surgery pretty,
He's had a surgery.
oh, he had
He's
surgery.
got scars, yeah.
Oh, you don't have to take that off. I don't need to see it, yeah. Okay, so you're saying that he had some,
Medical
he just recently had surgery?
It's been 3 years.
3 years?
Yes, sir. I had to build my face back together. On the bones
Understand.
on my legs. And it's already
You don't have to take that off.
coming through my
Yeah.
face, what they use.
Okay, well, okay, let me ask you this here. Now he had surgery before he had this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
So, I mean, I don't understand you saying you need
He's not doing well, Your Honor. He's on a feeding tube, and his tube has come out. And he needs to be,
going to MD Harrison every month.
Okay, let me ask you this here. Now you said his tube came out
yes, Your Honor,
and,
his feeding tube.
I mean, okay. And so, I'm not gonna ask when it came out, but, he needs to have it put back in?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it scheduled to be placed back in?
I haven't let them, because they hit me on my back, I'm gonna die. I can't, I have no teeth, I'm on a liquid diet.
I understand.
They hit me on my back, I won't get up. They put a plate and then, what they drive the spikes to hold the plate in. They're coming through my skin. That's what I was showing
Okay,
you, Your
okay,
Honor.
that, I understand, but, what I'm trying to understand is this case is on the trial docket. Mr. Brannick, you didn't file a continuance.
No, Your Honor. I did not realize that until this morning, what's going on with my client.
Well, okay, I mean, he's last on the docket. I mean, right now, what I can do, I mean, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna give all the cases a number. I mean, yours is last, so, I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've got about 16, 17 cases. I'm just inclined just to keep it. I mean, we can excuse y'all. Just have you everybody have you on standby. But I like, there's a possibility of, do we know, and talking to the state, possibility of what cases may be gone? I know you're substituting in.
There are some that we had kind of anticipated would come up ahead of this one, including, I think it's on page 1.
Okay,
Betty Scott. I think the state's ready to go on that one, Mr. Adams. But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have something. We have offers on a lot of them, but there's some of them that I don't think we're gonna be able to reach.
Okay, now if we give you a reset, it's gonna be a short recess. We can reset it to I mean, we may have the same problem when we come back on our next trial docket.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, let me do this here. I'm inclined to hold it and see how the trial docket shakes down. I mean, y'all will be excused. You could just kind of stay in contact with the court. Probably, maybe tomorrow we'll probably have a better idea because we'll be picking juries at 1:30 on tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna excuse y'all and just kind of, it's still gonna be on the trial docket. We just need to see how the trial docket starts shaking down. We don't want to just start resetting all these cases and our trial docket just get blown up,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Yes, sir.
So right now, we have him as being present. Our juries, as I said, we'll be picking a jury at 1:30 on tomorrow. Stay in contact with our court coordinator. Trina, what number can he call to kind of stay in contact with the court about the trial docket? But that's
Number 835-8429.
that's the number, 835-8429. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Okay, and you take care of yourself, Mr. Landry.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Then let me know, and I'll let Jennifer know.
The bailiff, I guess the bailiff is outside calling the dockets. When the bailiff finish calling the dockets, we'll start calling y'all up one at a time. He should be in about a few minutes. Oh, here he is. Okay, what docket do you have?
Continue on down the trial docket.
Okay, who's here on the trial docket?
Graham,
Graham is, first person, okay.
Scott,
Scott, okay.
Alexander,
Alexander,
Pulliam,
William,
Tyler,
Fields, Buxton,
Cruz
Bruno,
Skinner, Kiker, Martinez
Perez,
Charles,
and Landrews. We reset them to Lamar. They're gonna keep in contact with the court. Okay,
The plea docket,
okay.
Doss,
Okay.
Moore,
Davis,
Collins,
Rollins. Okay.
Wheaton,
Hold on a minute. Wheaton,
yes, sir. Farver Felix,
Felix, okay.
LeBeau, Sanchez. He's on
Sanchez.
Zoom.
Okay, Zoom, okay.
Poe or Pew.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay.
And an announcement. Moles, bottom of the first page.
Moles, okay.
Jennifer Childs,
Charles on the second page,
she's in the jury box.
okay.
Third page,
Jimenez on the third page,
yes, sir.
okay.
Moore,
Moore on the Jimenez,
mhm. Page 4, Creekmore,
page 4. You say Creekmore,
yes, sir.
okay.
Mickens,
Mickens at the bottom,
page 5, both of those, Cabrera and Sandoval, both are here.
Cabrera and Sandoval, okay. Okay, let's see.
At Jennifer's thing. He's on the room docket, the 15th, and he has the government is on the 17th. He has to be able to take care of his case today.
Yeah. If you, I mean, it's up to the, well, I mean, I can't arraign him today.
Yeah, that's just, he hadn't been around.
Yeah, he has to get arraigned. So, I mean, I don't know if this, Ray.
he had a felony that he was sentenced on last week. I don't remember what day, Wednesday, Thursday.
Sit after Phil, okay.
Thursday. And they've had turnover in the DA's office with who I was originally dealing with. So I'm not sure. Part of the discussion was that the misdemeanor was supposed to be dismissed, this condition. I don't know if he understood that. And he's not here. He's always showed up every time.
Okay.
He worked for the city of Beaumont.
What's your cause number?
326-858.
But, you know, he's showed up every time early,
Okay.
and he worked for the city of Beaumont. And if I could just I'll try to call him, but I'm sure his phone's turned off if he's at work or.
Oh, let him check in to see if it was the part of the plea bargain to be dismissed. If it is, they probably just dismiss it. And
Started out with Pam French, and then somebody else actually did the plea.
26, he pled before the judge, he got 4 years deferred.
Yeah, we just were sentenced last week. It was another agreed plea.
Okay. And,
Excuse me, court punishment.
Ms. French was always meticulous in her note keeping, so.
But it ended up being Sarah that, I think
Okay.
Sarah stopped it.
oh, Sarah, okay.
Okay, Ms. Maxey did a 1-year deferred 500 fine offer as of the 31st.
You gotta
30th. So,
check with Sarah or
actually, Ms. Maxey was up on this and did put notes on it. So we do have an offer out there on this.
I thought didn't you say they were supposed to be
Well,
dismissed?
there was discussion with Pam French that was going to be dismissed. I've had 3 prosecutors on this case, and it's
Yeah, I understand.
it's gone.
Okay, so Sarah would have taken the felony on, I think I can check with her real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
can
just
tell you,
hold-
it was not in the paperwork that was going to be dismissed, but that was the understanding. And he and I talked about that. And, I mean, he's just not here. I mean, but he's one always here. I was asking if I could just get a week to,
Well, I mean,
okay, well, you got to.
well, just let him, I mean, he can appear in 1 of 3 ways:
See if I can find out.
telephone, Zoom, or, yeah. Either one.
On that his phone.
Yeah, just hold on. He's gonna check into it for you. Okay, we'll call it back. Just have a seat. Now, if you need to go somewhere else, you can, while he's checking on that. Okay, that's, door. Mr. Monty, we got, it says vacation, but he's here. Okay. Linda. Now, the vacation letters are, I see Mr. Shalanda has a vacation letter, but he's here.
This is my vacation, Judge.
Huh?
This is my vacation. I didn't be here.
Oh,
I'm here to.
okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, get, this, is that Earl Wheaton? Jose Sanchez is on Zoom. And then we have, Smith is not here yet, huh?
That's Sinclair on the TV screen.
Oh, okay. On Zoom, okay. We got some plea papers ready on here? Yeah. Let me do, Wheaton. We're in session and calls number 326-386. State of Texas versus Earl W. Wheaton Jr. Your name is Earl W. Wheaton Jr.?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wheaton, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Wheaton, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Wheaton? That's good. Mr. Wheaton, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Mel Shalander. Mr. Shalander, how are you doing?
Okay, Judge.
That's good. Mr. Shalander, will you be waiving the record?
We will.
Okay. Mr. Wheaton, the information in this case alleges that on or about January 3rd of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of reckless driving. Mr. Wheaton, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Wheaton, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Judge.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Prosecutor, Ray,
Yes, sir.
you had to sign this here.
Yeah, we apparently have a shortage of tablets down here.
Here's a tablet right here, right?
Okay, I got it.
Oh, you probably, that's the only spot to sign? Let's see.
So, because I signed the discovery certification.
Okay. Mr. Wheaton, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Wheaton, are these your initials? On the line that's titled Nola Contendere, which means no contest. On page 3 of the same document, Mr. Wheaton, is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is a trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, Mr. Wheaton, do you recognize this document? Is that your signature above the line that titled defendant? There's one box checked up here at the top that states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wheaton, I also have before me a document that is titled the discovery certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Wheaton, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, we would. We would also be offering, although I don't have it right now, the probable cause affidavit in State's Exhibit 2.
No objection to either one.
No objection. State's Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Shalander, you advising counsel, Mr. Wheaton, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None to my knowledge.
Mr. Wheaton, your attorney, Mr. Shalander, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wheaton, I'll accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Hold on a minute. Okay, I was just looking at the, now this plea bargain calls for probation, right?
Yes, sir.
And it says that it's 180 days over a year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a reckless driving.
Class B.
Yeah, the maximum amount of time you can get is 30 days. Can't get 180 days on a Class B reckless. So y'all wanna talk? Change it.
Just change it.
What was the fine on that?
500.
It's only gonna go to 200. 200 fine, this is the max. Okay, just have a seat, we'll come back to it. Okay, let me call your other cases. We're on the record in calls number 327048, case of style of state of Texas versus Jose Armando Sanchez. We have Mr. Sanchez appearing via Zoom.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Sanchez, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Sanchez, you're appearing on Zoom and you're represented by Attorney Mel Shalanda, who's here in court. Mr. Shalanda, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Sanchez's case?
You know, that's going to be a plea. Actually, I thought I was going to do it today. He misunderstood and didn't appear. I'd asked him to be here. I just need to reset it for him to show up.
You reset next week, or, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I see you have a vacation letter.
It doesn't have to be.
Give us a week reset.
August 9th.
Okay, so be reset for August 9th. Now, Mr. Sanchez, your case is gonna be reset for August 9th. You need to be here in court in person. This will conclude your case. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you. You too. Bye.
Okay. We're in session on our next two cases. It's cause number 327670 and cause number 327866. Both cases of style of state of Texas versus Sinclair Martha Smith. We have Sinclair Smith on Zoom. You could take your mic off of mute, Sinclair. Okay. Sinclair, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, how are you doing?
good.
That's good. You're represented by Attorney Mel Shalanda, who is appearing in person. Mr. Shalanda, you have an answer you'd like to make in Sinclair's case?
Another resetting, there's a little confusion between me and the prosecutor about offer in this case. This lady's in Wisconsin. I didn't want to bring her down here for.
Okay. So how much time do you need?
At least 30 or 45 days, so she can.
45 days reset?
Inexpensive flight.
Okay. And what date? It's gonna be reset to September 20th of 2021. You can get your reset, Mr. Sherlander. Miss Sinclair, your case has been reset to September 20th of 2021. Stay in contact with your attorney and your congressman. This will conclude your case. You're free to go.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Doggone is in jail. Mr. Mason, you just have Darbone?
Yes, Your Honor, he's in jail.
Right.
And
And his case is,
sat in Judge Stevens.
right. Normally, when that happened, the only thing we have to do, we just kind of keep track with the felony case. If you desire, we can set it on the same day of the felony, we can set it on a different day.
It doesn't make a difference to me, Judge. You can put it a little after that, would be perfectly fine.
Okay. We don't have that date yet. And so once I guess they finish with the docket, today we'll get a date and we'll set it. You say set it after that date?
Yes.
See, that's the only problem is if we set it out, he's in
Well,
jail.
or you can put it on, it doesn't.
Yeah, because he's in jail. Hmm?
But you can put it on the same day as they set.
Okay, we'll do that.
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
So if that's your only case, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Okay. I think I had Mr. Turk. Turk. Okay, he's not here yet. Mr. Turk, your client, Mr. Pugh hadn't appeared yet.
He's outside, Judge.
Oh, he's outside now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kendall Pugh? Get out of here, get out of this document. Give me Pugh's paperwork. Okay, we're in session in cause number 328200. The case is styled and cause number 328202. The cases are styled the state of Texas versus Kendall Rashad Pugh. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pugh, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Pugh, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pugh, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Pugh?
All right.
That's good. Mr. Pugh, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Brent Turk. Mr. Turk, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
That's good, Mr.
It's two different causes. The ones, the 200 is going to be dismissed for forfeiture.
Okay, hold on. Okay, 200 is gonna be dismissed for forfeiture.
Yes.
Okay,
Hence the.
okay. Mr. Turk, you waive the record? You waive the record?
I do.
Okay. We're in session of cause number 328202. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Kendall Rashad Pugh. Mr. Pugh, the information in this case alleges that on or about September 25th of 2020, while you in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration of level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Pugh, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Pugh, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, you're pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Pugh, I have before me a document that is titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments on page 2 of the, well, first of all, let me show you page 1. Mr. Pugh, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Pugh, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked no contendory, which means no contest. Or did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, Mr. Pugh, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is the trial court certification of the defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature down here on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first
Right.
box,
But read this opinion, because I think the takeaway for us should be
Mr. Allison, put the mic on mute.
the legal
Yes,
aspect
I'm sorry.
of their opinion.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Pugh, I have before me what is titled as Trial Court Certification Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature below on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
And there are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Pugh, I have before me another document that is titled the Discovery Certification. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Great. Yeah, sign it. And I think they have to date it, that document. Mr. Pugh, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney, Mr. Turk, go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you'd like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, we will also be submitting State's Exhibit to the probable cause.
Any objections?
No, Judge.
No objections. State's Exhibits number 1 and 2 will be admitted. Mr. Turk, you advised and counsel Mr. Pugh. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Judge.
Mr. Pugh, your attorney, Mr. Turk has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Great. It has to be signed. Okay, Mr. Pugh, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
And what is that agreement?
Agreement is for Mr. Pugh to serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, that time will be probated over 1 year. He will pay a $1,000 fine, do 80 hours of community service, the DWI education program, and drug and alcohol assessment, plus he'll need an interlock on his vehicle. Yes, and is in cause number 328200. The state is dismissing that. However, Mr. Pugh will be forfeiting the handgun.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Pugh, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail in this case because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,000 and court costs of $422. Total fine and court costs is $1,422. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a year analysis fee of $15 each month. You'll be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments for this case will be $230 per month. Mr. Pugh, will you be able to pay the $230 per month? Mr. Pugh, you will also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, attend a DWI education class, have a drug and alcohol assessment, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own and operate, and cause number 328200 will be dismissed. Take out that TBD and put dismiss in there. I know TBD is to be dismissed, but say, put dismiss. And you will forfeit the weapon in cause number 328200. Mr. Pugh, you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Pugh, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Pugh, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. And Mr. Pugh, as stated earlier, cause number 328200 will be dismissed. Oh, here it is. But it goes with this. Label on that. Just put stage 2 here over there. I think you put that was it came out of your file. Okay. You run out there. And Mr. Pugh, I also have before me the motion to forfeit the weapon. Mr. Pugh, if I have a motion here to forfeit a weapon in cause number 328200, recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to signing and initialing this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in this document? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, this motion will be granted. Okay, Mr. Pugh, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you entered into with the staff. Mr. Pugh, stand on the X next to your attorney, follow the directions of the clerk. Once you're finished following those directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Turk, is this your only case?
Okay, Judge.
Okay, you'll be free to go after you sign and you have a blessed day as well.
You too.
All right. And I'm signing the dismissal. You'll be able to get a copy of this dismissal before you leave.
You need to get probation.
No, we haven't done
Is he going to probation today?
This is a Pugh, okay. Today is the second. Did I put July on? I'm getting ready to almost wrote July on this one.
You got to shift.
It really is
Yeah.
August, Judge. It happened.
Yeah,
Okay, Mr. Pugh, can I get your right thumbprint? Got it.
okay. Okay. Did we finish with Mr. Wheaton is ready? That's your dismissal coming out.
There's a signature pad right here. Can you sign for me? You won't see it, but I will. Thank you. You can sign. And, like the attorney said, you are to report to probation once you leave here. They ask that you
Earl
call
Wheaton.
before you actually go in the building. Let you know what time to come in, okay?
Yes.
Oh, that door's lost.
That door is locked, yeah. We're back on the record in cause number 326386. The case is style the state of Texas versus Earl W. Wheaton Jr. We have Mr. Wheaton appearing before the court with his attorney, Mr. Mel Shalander, and we have Mr. Ray Shearer appearing for the state of Texas. Now, Mr. Wheaton, earlier you pled no contest to the offense of reckless driving, is that correct? And you also acknowledged that your initials and signature was on state's exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. And you also acknowledged that your signature was on the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, is that correct? And you also acknowledged that you understand that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal, and that you're waiving your right of appeal, which means you're giving up your right of appeal. Do you understand that? And you also, and I think Mr. Shalander, you do not have any objections to the state entering state's exhibits 1 and 2, is that correct? And also, Mr. Wheaton, you also acknowledged that your signature was on the discovery certification. Now, state, do we have a plea bargain in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
And what is that plea bargain?
The agreement is for Mr. Wheaton to serve 30 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, that time will be probated over 6 months. He'll pay a $200 fine and do 40 hours of community service.
Now, Mr. Wheaton, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 6 months. During the 6 months probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $200 and court costs of $352. That comes to a total of fine and court costs of $552. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60, a urinalysis fee that you'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, and a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You will also be required, to pay a Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay $50. Is that part of it too? The DWI? DWI evaluation fee, this is a reckless driving?
That was not, that's a standard DWI.
I know.
But that's not, you know.
Yeah, this is not a
Taken
DWI.
off that.
It's a
worksheet.
it's a DWI education class and initial evaluation fee.
It was drug assessment, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just reading the judgment. Did you type up a whole new judgment or you just?
And the one that I said. That's the normal.
I don't.
No,
Yeah.
that was not part of the agreement.
Is there any way you could take it out? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I don't think that's gonna change anything on how much he's gonna pay
No,
per month.
the other stuff is.
Yeah, okay. Let me just read this here. Let me read this to you again. Okay, now, Mr. Wheaton, you'll be required to, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve the time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be on probation for 6 months. During the 6 months probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $200 and court costs of $352, which comes to a total of $552. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month and a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. Your total monthly installments that you will be required to pay is $185 a month. Will you be able to pay the $185 a month? All right. And you will also be required to perform 40 hours of community service. And you would also, see, you got this drug, this thing going there either. You'll also be required to perform all the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Mr. Whedon, do you understand that? And so you understand the state's offer? Do you think the state's offer is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Okay, Mr. Wheaton, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Wheaton, you're gonna stand on next to your attorney. And she's gonna do the paperwork, the clerk, and once she's finished doing the paperwork and you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And I think, Mr. Shalanda, this is your last case, why, since you're on vacation? All right,
I'll continue my vacation at my office.
okay.
Mr. Williams, can I get your right thumbprint? Thank you.
We got Mr.
Work guy?
Yes. Mr. Rojas.
Jasmine Sanders on the announcement docket. She's not here. I called her name, the bailiff's called her name.
See, on the announcement,
I don't know who
Sanders. Okay, she's, you gonna try to get in contact with her? She can appear by Zoom or telephone?
I can try, Judge. The numbers I have not worked in the past.
Okay,
If I can't get hold of her, can I get a permission from court to leave?
yes,
Okay. I'll try
yeah,
to get in touch with her.
and she has a bondsman too, keep that.
Once you leave here,
Okay.
I can report to your probation.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mr.
there is a, you have
They
a
want you to call before you actually go in, so they can let you know what time.
Lopez,
Hold on a minute.
he's out the courtroom.
Why don't you go get it?
He's right there.
Okay. Lopez haven't come on up. It's a dismissal. Lopez, let's see. It's on the announcement docket, page 2. Paz Lopez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're in session in cause number 325790. Case is style of state of Texas versus Yedsel O Paz Lopez. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how you doing, Mr. Lopez?
Fine, fine.
That's good, Mr. Lopez. I have before me a motion to dismiss that was signed by the state. I'm signing the order. Mr. Lopez, your case has been dismissed. You can get a copy of the order. If it prints off out here. Oh, there it is. Okay, you get a copy of your dismissal, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith, is that you on the case?
Your Honor, I have a felony possession that I'm doing the paperwork on.
Okay, okay,
Judge, I just believe I have a quick announcement on the trial document.
okay. Let's see, Crenshaw. Okay, you're on top of page 2. Cleavon Buxton. Did you get Mr. Buxton on in here?
We're ready. I believe somebody said we have to come back tomorrow at 1:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cleavon Buxton. How you doing?
Wonderful.
That's good. Have you,
I don't even put that in there.
this is cause number 324160. The case is style of state of Texas versus, is that Cleavon Demetrius Buxton? Okay, how you doing, Mr. Buxton?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. And Mr. Buxton, you represent here by Attorney Corey Crenshaw. Mr. Crenshaw, what's your announcement?
We're ready, Your Honor.
Okay, what we'll do, we'll note that you're ready. And like we pick the jurors at 1:30, once we get everybody announced, we'll be able to give a trial order. So we'll let you know where you are.
So we're not number one.
No, it's not on the document.
Was this a special set? This is,
Well, it was
because you don't
last
pick.
week and you reset. it
Yeah, I
this
know,
week,
so, but we, yeah, it's not necessarily number one.
Oh,
I hadn't set the order yet.
oh,
Okay,
okay, great. So tomorrow here at 1:30, so we would pick a jury after that and then start testimony Wednesday morning?
Or maybe.
probably tomorrow,
Oh, okay. Okay.
right, because we're gonna start it, yeah, okay.
Great.
See
I
ya.
have 3 witnesses. So I'm just trying to give them some general idea, but I'm going
Right.
to tell them the soonest would be Wednesday.
Yeah, by the time state's finished and everything,
Right.
it's gonna be Wednesday for you.
I'm pretty long-winded on board.
Yeah, so,
I know that.
so Wednesday sounds like a
Tomorrow,
plan.
1:30?
All right, yeah,
Thank you,
1:30
Judge.
tomorrow,
Okay.
all right, okay, see you tomorrow, 1:30. Mr.
You don't have to
Yes. What he did, I scratched out some stuff.
Well, she says 14 is the part of it, that shit won't come off her thing. I think you have to scratch that manually.
I did scratch it out on the one I had.
Okay, well, I can't do it in my judgment. It's automatically in there.
Oh, I could do it on my judgment,
And just, you can scratch it out and initial.
but I'm saying I can, hold on, let me do this here.
You'll have to print it on, because I don't have nothing to do with that.
That's standard.
Let me do this here. I don't know. Cause I scratched it out on the one I had. Yeah.
Don't come off.
Let me do this here. I'm gonna go to the judgment right quick. I saw that. What about the, okay, you got 0 in on that.
This is fine. I just added this to the-
Come on. That's, what's his name? That's Wheaton, okay. Okay, here we go. I can delete it off of mine.
You can do that and print it, that's fine. But like I said, I don't have anything to do with that. I
Yeah.
can't take it off mine or nothing.
Yeah, I could delete it. Not bad. I gotta do it like this. And the only problem is when it prints, I don't know where it's gonna go. That's the problem. God, dog. Man, they got these printers.
See, that's, I can't print on this one. I used to print off. this
I don't know where it's gonna go. I mean, I can hit. That's the only problem. I'm gonna hit print.
It's like when they said everything I presented.
Wait up.
that's everything.
Okay, it's gonna go in the office because it says CCP4. Okay. Okay. I just did it. Yeah, they have things locked. They can't mess with the Dutch judgments. You know, that's, yeah,
That's all above my head, Judge.
yeah. Betty Jean Scott.
Yes.
Ms. Scott, would you come forward?
Yes, sir.
This is cause number 322347. Case of style of state of Texas versus Betty Jean Scott. How you doing, Ms. Scott?
Hurting.
Oh, you need to sit down or anything?
No, I'm okay. I can
Yep.
stand for this.
Okay. Now, Ms. Scott, you're here represented by your attorney,
Yes.
Mr. Langston Adams. Mr. Adams, how you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
That's good. Mr. Adams, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Ms. Scott's case? It's a trial. You ready?
Mhm.
Okay. No, we'll give you a number. You, Ms. Scott, you're excused until tomorrow at 1:30. You'd have to be back tomorrow at 1:30. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman.
Okay.
And you, hopefully you won't be hurting.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you so much.
All right, you have a blessed day. Leonardo Martinez Perez. Oh, that's Mr. Posey. Okay. Mr. Posey.
Yes, how
Yeah,
you
Mr.
doing?
All right, Mr. Posey, just put your mic on mute. We'll be with you in a minute or two.
Okay.
All right. Let's see, Mr. Perez. Okay, this is 327814, State of Texas versus Leonardo Daniel Martinez Perez. Mr. Martinez Perez, is that your full name?
Yes, he's gonna need a translator.
Oh.
I had a translator, but she was unavailable today. But for trial tomorrow, I am gonna need, I guess, Miss Cindy or whoever the court wants to use for translator.
Okay. Okay, now what, are you ready on Mr. Perez case?
Not without translator.
I know, I'm just saying with a translator.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Okay. All right, we'll set you down. Mr. Perez, you'll be back tomorrow at 1:30. Okay? That's the file trial docket.
You don't know.
Okay, we just get Jennifer. Call Jennifer. Come in. Was this an appointed case?
Mm-mm. No, this is not one. This is her.
Wouldn't be,
Yeah.
okay. I think we're thinking.
You didn't, did you hire a translator?
No, you can't afford one.
Okay, you filed your motion?
I can, I don't know. I don't recall. I did, yes. But I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. No, I didn't.
Okay. We just have to wait a minute or two. Let me do this here. Posey is, well, okay, we got Mr. Allison. Mr. Monty, get Raekwon Mickens, get him in, plus we're gonna do him next. That's, yeah, it's Mr. Allison's case. He's on the bottom of page 4 of the announcement docket. Okay, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Let me just raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to translate English to Spanish and Spanish to English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may put your hand down. Mr. Okay, we have here, his last name is Paz Lopez. No, Martinez Perez. His last name is Martinez Perez. His first name is Leonardo.
Okay.
Tell Mr. Leonardo Perez that his case is being reset until tomorrow at 1:30. He needs to come back tomorrow at 1:30 with his attorney for trial.
Okay.
Está diciendo la juez que se cambiaron las citas de corte para mañana a la 1:30. Tienes que regresar con su abogado.
He understands?
¿Que si entiendes? Que tienes que regresar mañana a la 1. You said 1:30?
Yes.
A la 1:30. Con
Okay.
su abogado.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow at 1:30.
Mañana.
See both y'all at 1:30.
Is that it?
Yes,
Am I basically-
yes, you may. Thanks a lot. Raekwon Mickens. Okay, how you doing there, Mr. Mickens? Mr. Mickens, your attorney, Mr. Terrence Allison, is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Allison, how are you doing?
Good morning, Judge. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I see Mr. Mickens has you have a reset in your hand?
Yes,
You have a felony case?
yes, sir.
And when was your felony reset to?
July 27.
July 27th? I mean, you say 9/27?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Allison, Mr.
Yes.
Mickens has a reset on his felony case. It's reset till September 27th of 2021. You like to have this case set on the same date?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what we'll do, your case will be reset, Mr. Mickens, on the same date. You can get your reset. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Just stand over there on the end on the X. For the what? Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. Just, she'll give you a reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. All right. And, Mr. Allison, is this your only case?
Yashika Charles, I think she may be on your docket. I don't know if I'm right, or I think I'm right
Yeah,
about
I think I did see it on the, I think it's on the docket, isn't it?
Called her again, she's not answering now, she did earlier.
Charles, Yashika.
Okay. Yeah, she answered earlier because I have a check, but apparently she's not, the bailiff said he just called, he's gonna call her again.
Okay,
How are you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm actually in San Antonio at the Advanced Family Law Conference.
What?
Yeah, I'll be here all week. Advanced Family Law Conference is this week, Judge.
Yeah.
Taking all precautions. I know they ran through your head.
Oh.
I got
Well,
my
that's-
little safety measures in place.
You didn't put a vacation letter in?
I didn't, because my schedule was pretty clear, and you giving us the we're grateful and thankful that you give us an opportunity in your court to appear via Zoom. So
Yeah.
this works out.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, she's on the trial docket, and
Well, I didn't know she was on. I don't need her on the trial docket.
Oh, okay. So you anticipate it's gonna be a plea?
I believe we're gonna work. It's gonna be a plea or a dismissal. I do believe. I'm praying for a dismissal, but I'm asking that we be placed on the plea docket, Judge.
Okay. Miss Charles, give how much time do you need?
Judge, if you could just give me a month, just let me get back in town and get past school starting.
Okay, so you
September, if possible.
okay, it's 9/27.
9/27.
Okay, 2021. Your reset will be sent to you, Ms. Charles. You can get your reset here in court. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
May I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Stand on the X over there. Okay. Any other lawyers?